Hello artists and crafters. Today we're going to be making a sun catcher. You can draw an outline or you can Google an outline of an insect or an animal. I found a dragonfly and this is what I'm going to use. I printed it out. I probably could have drawn my own, but this was just a little faster. And I thought this was really cute. And it's the perfect size to make a sun catcher. Now, the next step would be to decide where you want to put a loop so you can hang it. I'm probably going to put it up on top of the head, or you can put it on the corner there of the wing so it hangs this way. I'll show you how to do that in the video. So, again, just try to find a nice little outline of an insect or an animal that you would like as a sun catcher. We're also using 18 gauge non-tarnish silver wire and 24 gauge non-tarnish silver wire. And this is going to be, the 24 gauge is going to be for the beads, to attach the beads. And the outline will be done in the 18 gauge. Also, in the last video that I made, I did a Dollar Tree haul and bought a bunch of beads and crafting supplies. And these are the beads I bought. $1 each, can't beat that. They're plastic, they're crystally, and I believe they'll withstand the weather around here because, you know, we get snow, rain, you know, you name it, we got it. So, and this year, the weather's been really back and forth. So, oops, my glasses are falling down. So, we're going to use these to fill in the body and the wings. And probably, I was thinking maybe the blue ones for the eyes. We'll see what happens. So, on with the video. Okay, to start making your sun catcher, you need to print out or draw an outline of an insect or a animal. Next, you'll need to use your 18 gauge wire, and like I said, I'm using silver, and I measured out 54 inches to do this. I just estimated it. So I wanted to do it with the little loop on top to hang it, but then I was thinking I kind of do like it this way, so I may put the loop here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and just make a little loop. I think I'm going to do twice around. And I'm just going to leave this part here for now, because I'm going to use that just to attach the other wire. So after you make your loop, you can use this. So I want the loop up here. So I'm going to use the mandrel, my ring mandrel, just to make that curve. And then I'm going to work it around. Now you could have done the loop also. I had the little bail mandrel. You can use also round nose pliers to do the little loop. And then you just kind of just bend it around. When you have such a long piece of wire, it's a little harder, but... And then where you come to sharp edges, just take your needle nose pliers and just put it about where you want to do like a sharp bend. And then there's another one here. And bend it this way. And then you can also, see, once you get that bend that's right there, you can curve this a little more. Now it did get a little bit larger, but that's okay. And then just follow this one, and then I want to do another curve. So I'm going to use this again. I don't know if you saw that. I just used the mandrel to curve it. I think. Okay. And then just follow the picture. And you can go back in and do this again. Okay, so now we're going to have another sharp curve down. And then you want this to curve out a little bit. So we're just going to use our finger and then there's another sharp bend. Get that with your pliers, bend down. It's kind of all wonky right now, but it'll get better. So then you just go straight down, and then right there, there's another sharp bend. Okay, and then this you can actually close up a bit with your pliers. So, okay, like that. And then try to make it even. It's not following exactly the picture, but it is a good reference for this. So just get an idea. Okay, the tail is there. And then try to make these areas kind of similar. So that. And then you want to round it a little bit. Okay. I know this totally looks wonky, doesn't it? You're going, why am I making this? It is fun though. It really is. Okay. So you can sort of see what it's looking like. Okay. Oops. All right, so there's that body. Now we got to curve this a little bit. Now, my curves aren't very good right now because I was kind of using my nail, so it kind of crimped it a little bit. But I can fix that. I'm going to use the mandrel again just to curve the wing. This wing's just a little bit bigger. Yeah, I made that one too big. Okay, so just straighten it out as best as possible. And just figure out where you want that curve. Now I made it shorter. What a day I'm having. And this wire is just getting all over the place. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, there. Okay, and then we just want to follow the curve. Actually, you could just do this too. You just put your finger there. Follow that. Curve it to here. There's a sharp bend. Bend it down. I know it still doesn't look like much, but once we start putting another sharp bend, once we start putting it the beads on, it should bring it all together. And don't get discouraged, because I know, you know, it might seem a little hard, but don't get discouraged, because once you start putting the beads on, it'll be so much easier. And then plus you can go back afterwards and work on it a little bit more before you put the beads on, just trying to get it to where you want it. Okay, so that was just like a real quick sharpness. You can actually just take the end and then just bend it like that on both ways. Then you need a little bit of a, I'm going to use this. Okay, so just a little bit of a bend for the face, and probably, I'm not sure how this is going to work. We're going to try. Okay, so just a little bend up, and then you need to bend this out, and then use the mandrel. Actually, let's just use the end because it's a little bit thicker. And then we'll make the eye. Let me see here. Oh, this is just getting out of control here. Yep. All right. Okay, after you do the bend, you can use your fingers. I'm for some reason having a very tough time with the head, with the eyes, basically. Okay, so then it has to go. Let me see. Actually, you could just use these. I am having a rough time today. Bend it up again. Boop. Then this is like the nose area. Okay. Well, we're getting there with the head. I mean, you could make a smaller one if you'd like, you know, and then use less beads. You know, you can hang that up in your window. There we go. See, now we're getting somewhere. Everything else is just kind of all over the place. All right, so let's see, what did we use? We used this. Try to, oops, that didn't work. Let's just use the end of this. Okay, there. Yep, you're gonna hear me making noises while I'm doing this because it seems like I'm having difficulties, but it is fun doing this stuff. All right, right about there. Go down, sharp edge, boop, down. Okay, I think I used this. And it comes in. See, now it's starting to look like a head. Now, see, what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of like free-forming this because it's just a little bit easier. And that. Okay. So the head is a little bit larger. Let me see. This side should have been like that too, but it's not. All right. So this side's just a little bit more. So I got to pull it in a little bit. Okay. I'm going to straighten this out. Straighten that out. Straighten this out. And then hold it right about there. Do that. Yep, we lost something. We lost something in the process. All right. Okay, this is what I forgot to do. Like that. Bend it in. There we go. All right, so the head looks just like a little bit wonky, but we are going to definitely fix that because we're going to use the beads. So if it's just a little off, it's okay. All right, there we go. Oh, and I just just killed his head. All right, so then we're gonna go up to about here. And if we can find the other end, it just disappeared somewhere. So that's gonna go right about there. And we're going to wrap it a couple times, just straighten it out. And then this one here, gonna wrap a couple times again. That was that other little tail I had there. You might have to use your pliers to wrap it so it's tight. And then, oops. And then I have both ends there. Just gonna clip them. Tighten it down, both of them. I don't know why this one did this. Kind of just shifted here. Okay, just what a problem I'm having today. Okay, there, and then just fix that. So it doesn't quite look like a dragonfly. So let's see, get that out of the way. Okay, so we have the head, and then we have to play around with it. Got to get the wings there, like that. I hope I'm not going out of view here. If you want, you could also just take a small piece of wire, but I would say just wait until you get to the beads, because the beads will bring this together in the spots that you need it to be together. I'm just shaping right now, just a little bit, because it's really wonky, but yeah, it's my new word, wonky. So yeah. Poor little guy. Poor little guy. Let me see. This should be... Now, with the tail, you could do pretty much anything with that. If you want to put beads there, you can. Or I'm thinking I might weave this part, because I think that'll look nice. And then when I get up here, I'll start using some of the beads, and that'll go... I'm not sure how I'm going to do this actually. Huh? So we could start with the wings, the head. I know it's kind of wonky, so I mean, once we get it like kind of... Oh, there we go. Okay, and then this one has to go more, oops, more down. Yeah, bend that down more. Oh, we're getting it. We're getting it. It's starting to look like a dragonfly. Ah. All right. So I believe I'm going to work from this end. I didn't realize it was going to be this much of a task. This end into here, because the inside of the body I want to do like green, and I think I want to do pink wings and maybe purple eyes. Does that sound good to you? So let's start with one of the wings, and then that way too it'll help bring the shape in. I am so sorry. I thought it was videotaping and it shut off. So what we did was I did a couple. This is the front. You can tell where the front is by where you like cut the back. So this is the front. What I said was just shape it to where you would like it. Do about 4 wraps, add 1 bead, and then do several wraps. I have about 10 wraps there, 9-10 wraps, and then that gives enough room to start the second row, and I put 2 beads there. And now I'm just doing wraps again before I start the next row. And you can like tighten them up together. You can use your pliers, you can use your fingers. Make them nice and tight so it looks nice. My wire's getting all over the place. And yeah, he looks a little wonky again. That's okay, because when you start working on the other wings, it'll bring it together. And then of course, when you do the middle part of his body, then it'll bring it really together. It just takes time, patience. It is fun, especially if you like doing wire wrapping and working with beads. It is a lot of fun to do. Just you have to pay mind to the shape of the wings while you're working on it so it doesn't look kind of funny, because they do bend real easily. So you just want to just keep working. And we have a little, oh, I had to fix the wire a little bit. It's getting all over the place. All right, let me see. A bit tight. I think, let's see, it's pretty close to the other 2 beads. So I'm going to do about 3 or 4 more wraps, and then we're going to do the next row of beads. Such a nice day out today. I hope I can get this done, you know, and show you what it looks like in the sunlight. Okay, that looks, maybe 1 more. I was gonna say it looked about right, but I need 1 more. Okay, so now we can do the next row. So we'll see how many beads. I'm thinking 3, but might need 4. We'll see. Just let them wind on down. And 3 it is. Let me see here. Could do 2 again. Let me see. No, that's too thin. Just use as many beads as you need just to keep the shape of the wing. And then basically we're at it again, wrapping. I'm sorry if I went away from the camera, but I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go off the camera right now because this is getting all tangled up, and I'm going to just keep working with it, and then I'll show you when I get to the end and then next what we're going to do. So I started in the center on the second wing. I did about 5 wraps, put a bead on, approximately did 10 wraps for the next row. I'm going to use 1 bead again. I'm just having difficulties today. And then this one I have to reshape a little bit. It's a little out of shape there. I took two arms length worth of 24 gauge wire for this, and I'm just feeding it through and just doing each little wrap. So about, I'd say about 10. You can be the judge of when you need to put another bead on, you know, the size beads you're using. So just when you think you're far enough over where you can add another bead, then just stop the wrapping there. And sometimes you might stop at 10 and think, you know what, I need a few more wraps just to get it in the area that I want. And then just make sure they're tight against each other. Now I keep checking to make sure it's working. I want it to go out again. I don't know if it's hot or I don't know what's going on. Maybe I didn't even turn it on. Who knows? There are those times. Okay, adding another bead, and then once you add 1, you can determine if you need 2. Oh, this thing is so long. All right, so I'm just going to use 1 more bead here, just 1, instead of starting to add more. I think once we get down in here, then it'll be like 2, 3, and then like up in here, possibly 4, and then it would drop down to 3. So I'm going to finish this off camera. Maybe next time I'll make sure that it's working, and I'll give it a chance to cool down too. So all right, so I'm just going to work until I add another bead. And then about right here, I'll probably start adding 2 beads and then just working my way up. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I finished the second wing. And as you can see, it's starting to come together. And it's actually starting to look like something now. The form of the dragonfly is looking quite nice. So next I'm going to start on this bottom wing, or maybe I'll start on the top wing. Let me see. Make sure you get your shape in, and then you can start from the center and then move out. So you'll start from the center and then move out to the edge of the wing. And do that for both wings. And then when we come back, we'll start on the body. So I completed putting the beads on all the wings. And as you can see, the form came together. I reformed the head of the dragonfly and the tail. Instead of the point, I made it more rounded so a bead can fit into it. I also, on my first wing, I took a couple beads out where I had 4. 3 made it look much nicer. And I just followed the same pattern on each wing so they match. So basically it was just the 1 bead, then 2, then 3, back down to 2 or 1 as in the 2 upper wings. So now we're going to start on the head and we're going to work our way down. So to begin with, we'll start with some green beads. That'll be the body. And I have 2 purple beads for the eyes. And I have plenty more green beads to work with for the rest of the body. Again, you're going to be working with the 24 gauge wire, and you'll need, at least, I'd say about 2.5 to 3 feet. And we're going to start at the top of the head, and we'll just do, I'd say, about 4 or 5 little wraps. Make sure they're tight. Then just clip the end and just tighten it with your pliers. Okay. Make sure the wraps are next to each other. And just take, I'd say, 2 beads to begin with. And you'll probably have to adjust a little. And then just do a couple wraps to hold it in place. Now we're kind of going at an angle here, but that's only because I want to get in the eye, which will be the purple bead. And then I will just wrap along the bottom. Now if you want, you could just do it as 1 bead, 2 beads, and then go across with the purple. I'm just doing it this way because it seems to be working just fine the way that is. Now I'm going to put 3 beads on here. Just did 2. Now I'm going to do 3. And then wrap it up here, well, just above the eye. And then I'm going to put the eye in. It's a purple bead. I'm just going to feed this through just so I can do a couple wraps to hold it in place. Make sure they're tight and close to each other. Now I'm going to add some more green beads. I'd say about 3. Oops. Now, depending on the size of your beads, you might need more, you might need less. I believe these are about 8mm. Okay, yeah, and now I'm going to add, let's see, one more for the head. Right there. Now if you want, like I said, you could go straight across. You could do 1 bead, 2 beads, and then maybe 4 across here, and then work your way down. I did them at an angle, kind of gives it a little bit of a different effect. Okay, now I'll add in, actually I'll do a few more wraps so I can do my next set of beads. Let's see, we'll try 3 and see if they'll fit in there. Nope, just 2. Okay. I just had to fix a little kink in the wire. Alright, now we're going to have to come down to this section to put more beads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this through one of the beads, bead right here. Just went right through the hole again. Now some holes may be smaller. These are not too large, but large enough where you can fit the 24 gauge in twice. And then we'll just feed it around this section right here twice. I'll just wrap it twice. Okay, now we'll add more beads. Need 3 of them. And then we'll just wrap it around right here a couple of times. You can actually wrap it straight down to where that little sharp edge is. And that was about 6 wraps. Just tighten them up together. Add about 3 more beads. And then we'll wrap it on this side. Just do twice. And then we will just feed this through the hole of the pink bead. Make sure you don't get it all twisted up. And then you can come up and over and do 2 more wraps on this side of the wire after you've pulled it through that bead. And I'll add some more beads. Oop. Where'd that go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's right there. And maybe 2. 2 might work. And then just wrap it twice. I'm thinking 3 beads for some reason, but it just didn't look like it was fitting. Let's just try again, the 3. Nope, 2. 2 is fine. I don't think I pulled it tight enough. So just make sure you pull it tight enough. And then just do like 2 or 3 tight wraps. And I believe 2 would be fine. Okay, we'll do 2 beads. We'll just pull it through. Do several wraps. Okay, I don't know how I did that. Do about, I'd say once you hit the bottom portion of the body before the tail, I would say do about 6 to 8 wraps there. And then you can add in 1 bead for the tail. Start the tail here. And again, do 6 to 8 wraps. Make sure you push them together so they're nice and tight. We'll place another bead. So what we're going to do is we're going just to work our way down with 1 bead each all the way down the tail, and then I will finish this off camera and then I'll come back and show you how to finish it off. I put on the last bead and now I'm just going to do about 4 wraps to finish it off. And I'll just clip it. And just bend this down. And well, there it is. And then to finish it off, I'm going to place jump rings on this. So we'll get to that next. Okay, I have a bunch of jump rings here. And we'll just start opening them up and putting them together. So when you open them, always open them to the side. Never pull them apart, because if you do, they'll just lose their shape and you'll never get it back into that circle. And so what we're going to do here is I'm just going to chain these together. And once I'm done, I will attach it to the dragonfly. Okay, so I made this short chain. I didn't really want anything any longer. So you just need to take a jump ring, open it up, attach the end of your chain that you made, and then attach it to that jump ring that we connected onto the dragonfly. And then we'll just close it up. There you go. And you can also hang your dragonfly or whatever, you know, animal, insect that you make, or bird. You can hang it with fishing line, nice strong fishing line, or twine. Twine's another good thing you can hang it from. And then now let's get to making a hook for it. So in that way you can either hang it on the tree, or you can hang it, you know, off a nail, you know, in the house by the window. Okay, I'm going to cut about a 3-inch piece of wire. And then I'm just going to use this marker to wrap it around. Now you can use your pliers also to, you know, make a little bit of adjustment. Now this one I did not cut flush, so I'm going to take just a little piece off and reshape it around this marker. Okay, and it looks like this, like a little figure 8. And I'll just open one end a little bit and then place the end of my chain onto it, and then I have a little hanger. Thank you so much for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please try making one of these sun catchers. They were a lot of fun to make. Also, you know, you can hang them out in your garden or from a window, and when the sun catches it, they're just going to glitter. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and press that bell so you get further notifications of any of my upcoming videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.